Hello everybody, my name is Missy McQuarrie and I am going to be reacting to Mongolian throat singing on a huge rock. I will get a little bit into the technique more at the end. Can't wait. Sitting on a huge rock. Here we go. Interesting vibrato manipulation. What? I do not understand how this instrument works. If you are familiar, please tell me in the comments. Like, why is... Mine is the saddest vocals. Where is he? Ooh, the whistle! That was killer. I wanted to see him when that was happening. Let's zoom in on that again. Like, I get how obviously that string acts like a guitar. Why is that other one just flailing in the wind? That's I have so much to say, I'm just gonna wait. I'm sorry, I want to go back. There's something I want to see. Mouth shape is a big part of what's going on, by the way. So much more to say. Listen to how that changed the sound. Listen to those overtones. No, don't stop! Oh, I hate it when that happens. Okay. So, this video is very exciting for me to react to. Literally have no idea why I haven't gotten to this realm sooner, because it is actually really near and dear to some technical aspects of singing that I already work on. I am a vocal instructor. This is not my typical style, but as you can hear, I can play around with, I'll play around with it a little bit more and kind of explain it if anybody wants to explore this. I'm sure there's some really great coaches out there talking about this a little bit more in depth. But what I want to say is when it comes to distorted sounds, and essentially the throat singing is if you're new to all of this, we're getting more than one tone at the same time. Essentially, we're accessing and manipulating an overtone, and like basically it's two-tone singing, right? And you kind of hear in certain spots where it pops out, and it just, the whistle, that is just the coolest one of all, and the camera had panned away at that moment, which kind of bummed me out. But what I love about this is kind of the realization that it's no different than a lot of the singing we already do. Something I talk about in lessons. I work with distorted sounds a lot, and it's actually really near to what's going on here. So when I'm exploring these sounds, there's a couple of different things I'm doing to find it. And it's really no different than if I knew I was wanting to throw in some of that false chord distortion into my sound. I'd kind of use a couple of those things, or also vocal fry. So let's get into that just a little bit. It's worth it to explore this. Thank you for sticking around for this. I love this technical stuff so much. So with vocal fry, vocal fry is the most gentle flow of air that you can use when you're singing. And just a reminder, because I teach lessons every day, link in the description. Happy to help you with any of this. If you love distorted sounds, or you just want to work on balancing your airflow, that's what this is about. Because if you have trouble with your breath, you're not going to be able to achieve this sound comfortably. And this singer, Agar, this vocalist has a fantastic balanced airflow. It's really important because essentially what needs to happen is we need the what's going on in his voice. You have the vocal cords touching to create a pitch, and then you also have false chord action happening there as well. And so that's why I just kind of like realized when it comes to edgy sounds that this is really close. Like there's a balance that we have to find. And what I tell people when they're playing around with edgy sounds, I say this in my lessons all the time, if you feel it in your throat, you're not doing it right, same rules apply here. And it's just this really delicate balance. I'll kind of play around with it and maybe kind of show you what I mean. But it's all about maintaining a balanced airflow. Balanced subglottal pressure underneath the vocal cords needs to happen in order to find that magic sweet spot. In knowing I was going to record this, I kind of was messing around this morning in my warm-up, and there's kind of like this, I don't know, like sweet spot that you find. I'll demonstrate where mine is. It's fairly consistent, at least for me. And you can play around with this too, because this person has a lower voice than mine. So my sweet spot's probably going to be a little bit higher. I'm going to demonstrate essentially how I activate my false chords a little bit and throw in a little vocal fry and kind of maneuver down and find that cool drone. So let's just do this. Do it with me if you want. So kind of like Santa Claus. Ho, 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 ho. There's a certain compression we're looking for there. Ho, wow. And you can hear my false chords are like doing funny stuff there, but throw a little, I was thinking vocal fry in the beginning of that. And also you can see what I was trying to demonstrate. I was changing from ooh to e, ow, e, oh, just playing around with that. And mind you, as you're hearing the distortion in my voice, I feel nothing. And I want you to feel nothing. So if you're, playing around with these distorted sounds, as soon as you start to feel something in there, that lets you know that you're not finding your balance. It's all about good breath support. You need that number one. When people come to me for vocal lessons, I tell them right out of the gate when they want to use distorted sounds, you have to have solid breath support and just standard singing voice in general first before you want to mess around with this stuff. But anyway, we're going to mess around with it because we're on YouTube, right? Needless to say, this person is very skilled and has a wonderful, wonderful balance. I want you to know, if you are fascinated, like I am, with throat singing and with distorted sounds, but you just want to work on your voice and finding your balance in the first place, and you love singing, sign up for a lesson, link in the description. Thank you for going with me on this little journey, and I hope my little bit of information to help explain this, really, that you're able to play around with it and enjoy yourself. All right? Peace.